This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Jody.
Bruce. How are you over there?
I'm good. And
that was almost like a creepy...
It almost was.
Jody.
It almost was like a face through a door kind of thing. Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, well, we're going to talk today about... I wrote an article about this for Chubster, and I've been pretty fired up about it, and I felt like...
Yes, I also saw some other people talking about it, and then I saw your article, and I was like, what in the... beep is going on.
Yeah, so these kind of things, when they come up, it feels like it's really important for us to just talk about it. So Abercrombie, Abercrombie and Fitch, the clothing store that's in malls across the country.
Yes, probably the world.
Yes, they launched a new body positive campaign. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you that when I first saw that, I was pretty excited about it because I thought, wow, this is a company that's totally turned around. And
I was honestly instantly suspect.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we keep getting burned by these companies that are doing body positive campaigns.
So let's set the stage for this before we Okay, so they did this body positive campaign, and it is basically, instead of being around their clothing, it is based around their fragrance. It's called Face Your Fierce, and it's a campaign that spotlights a diverse cast of 24 athletes, authors, models, activists, and more. Lots of amazing people. There are some great people in this campaign that are part of it. And throughout the year, these people they're going to share stories of body positivity, self-empowerment, all kinds of personal stories to them, which is really cool, and it'll be really exciting.
Yeah.
The only thing is it's all based around their fragrance.
Yeah.
And there are a couple people who are bigger, plus size, big and tall, bigger, bigger folks that are also part of this. And it's around their fragrance.
Well,
I don't know if I've mentioned that.
Yeah. And I think everyone would recognize their fragrance if they ever were in a mall across the United States. They certainly did pump it out of their stores. I don't know, fond memory, but it's a memory of working at the mall. I used to work at the Mall of America, and every time you go by there, the music and the smells and the
when
really
you get
dark
close
lighting,
enough.
You're like, what is going on in there?
Totally.
Or the shirtless pictures all over the place of all the shirtless guys. That was a thing for quite a while.
Right. And it was... You could smell that as you were walking through the mall and you're getting closer. You could definitely smell that whatever they were spraying in the air. And that was just part of their brand, and they did that for a long time, apparently until just a few years ago when they stopped.
Oh, okay.
So
that's good.
Yeah. So, Abercrombie has been known for a long time as the kind of anti-fat brand.
Yeah. It was their, I don't know. I think he's former CEO now.
Yes.
Thankfully, but who knows? He had a big thing where he literally said he didn't want fat people wearing his clothes.
He wanted the cool
kids,
good looking people, quote unquote. Those were the people that he wanted. And he said this back in like 2006, and somehow it came back out into the media in 2013, and everybody kind of took it and were like, how dare you? He says it was taken out of context.
I don't think so.
Right.
Based on their ad campaigns and...
Sure, right. It doesn't make sense that it would be.
Yeah, their sizing and everything. Like, of course that's... Yeah.
So some good did come out of it in that Jess Baker, who runs the Militant Baker blog, she is she's an activist, a fat activist. She's got an amazing blog. She's a baker.
Yeah.
All these great things. She put together a photo shoot that kind of played off of A&F as attractive and fat. And there were some amazing photos with her and this, traditionally sized male model kind of posing together, and something similar to what you would see at Abercrombie. So she did this whole thing and kind of pushed back on it and wrote an open letter to the CEO. So there was a lot of pushback on that, and it was good to see that kind of thing. So here we are 7 years later, and this campaign comes out. And I guess the first thing that I would say about this is I'm happy that there is something out there that is that a company like this is trying to do something that is inclusive, body positive, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But
yeah, I want them to put their money where their mouth is, basically. Like,
yes.
When I saw it, I was like, oh, cool. What kind of clothes do they have?
Right.
So I, filtered their website and the biggest size was XXL. So I was like, okay, what do they have in men's stuff for XXL?
And before there are some people who would say, okay, well, they got XXL. Well, the thing is, it's XXL not made for bigger bodies. It's the XXL that has always been in stores that you can go in and find that isn't actually.
Yeah, it's not going to actually fit me.
Right.
And the only thing they had were hoodies and sweatshirts.
Sure. So not much.
So no actual plus size anything that you can wear,
right,
other than a fragrance,
right? So it's kind of jumping into this inclusivity and body positivity part without putting like money in the game, having something
like you were when we were talking right before this. It's like they literally already have a fragrance,
right?
They're just rebranding the same fragrance,
sure,
to be inclusive. How is a fragrance inclusive of bodies? So different bodies, and I don't.
So for me, when I wrote this article, after I learned about this and started writing about it, I wrote a pretty fiery article through my first run through, and I stopped and I thought about it, and I thought, okay, now I can certainly approach it as a bigger person who is frustrated with this brand or who is frustrated with the lack of options and companies seeming to kind of co-opt this idea. Or I could step back, look at it, see if, yes, that is part of it. They're co-opting an idea, but is there more to it? Why would they approach it this way? And so I went back and I did a little more research and I rewrote some of the article to reflect that. And, I think there are a couple things here. I think that one of the things is that it is very easy to create a marketing campaign that is inclusive and body positive and includes all these great people around a product that you don't have to do anything to, really.
Yeah, you don't have to spend money to develop new designs and sizes. And
they gave Fierce their fragrance, they gave it a brand refresh in 2019. And so this is a continuation of that and really pushing forward. And they were seeing their competitors like American Eagle doing things with the Airy line where they were a lot more body positive and a lot more open. Now, American Eagle has had a few missteps of their own in the past handful of years. But we won't jump into that. So they were seeing these competitors that were doing it better, and they were getting a good return off of this because culture has changed. People want to. We talk about this all the time, and if you're listening to this, you probably
inclusivity.
know
They want different bodies,
right?
But it really kind of upsets me personally because I have a brand that we use. Every time we shoot, we use bigger bodies, and it's designed, and it's like we don't get the. I mean, I know we're not this national huge brand, where they're bringing more attention to it, but they're literally not actually doing anything for the plus size, whatever body positive movement, other than making us smell whatever that Fierce smells like. I can't exactly remember. I know that I would.
I think part of their reasoning with for focusing on Fierce, aside from the fact that it's probably significantly less expensive than adding extended sizing, is that the way that they marketed it in the past, that they would market Fierce was with these, shirtless models, with these very skinny models that were a very specific type. Yeah. And that's all they did. So this is a real change in how the brand is perceived, or at least how this product is perceived. I also feel like it could we don't. I'm saying this, and I don't have any. I don't have any proof one way or the
insider
other.
Scoop.
No, it could be that this is them dipping a toe into. Okay, if we go this route, how receptive will our customer be? Are they going to like this so much that it would make sense for us to think about sizing, rethink that? And I don't know.
I mean, it could be. I personally don't think that I would be more like. I want to actually see the product. Don't market a fragrance to me to bigger bodies. Like that just, it seems really weird to me that you would market a fragrance to bigger bodies. Why,
Sure.
Like, yes, I appreciate that they're using different model types and whatever. That's great. But I want them to have a little bit more behind that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know what size the model is, but is he wearing Abercrombie in any of the ads? Like, he was shirtless in one of them. So I was like,
yeah, I think, you know what, we should probably open the beer before we jump into the model.
Yes, I'm going to get fired up about
this
a little bit more.
What do we have this time?
This one is, let me pull open the Untapped app. It's Dorothy's New World Order. Toppling Goliath Brewing Company out of Iowa. And I'm going to Decorah, Iowa.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Sorry.
Decorah.
The style is a California Common. Mildly hopped with Cascade hops. This lager is light in color and body and clean to the taste.
All right.
Oh, yeah. It's got a 5% alcohol by volume. I was taking it easy tonight.
Nice. All
and
right.
11% or an 11 ABU. IBU, sorry. I'm trying not to spill everywhere.
I understand it's hard to pour and
then look
split
over
your
here.
concentration. Yeah. All right. California Common. All right.
It is very light.
Oh, this is good.
California
Good.
Common.
It's light. I would drink this on a hot day when I'm outside. This is nice.
Yeah.
It's really light, but not like light beer light. It's it's easy to drink.
Yeah, the flavor.
Beer, yeah.
California Common is brewed with lager yeast, but fermented at ale fermentation temperatures.
Ooh.
Blah, blah, blah. There's a noticeable degree of toasted malt and or caramel-like malt character in the flavor.
This isn't a knock at this beer at all, but it does taste to me like if you brewed beer on a regular basis and you started to get decent at it, this is what you would hope that you could make. Probably.
Yeah, right.
It's that kind of, yeah. Some beers, a lot of the beers that we drink on the show, they're not beers that I would even like
try.
No, there's no way.
They seem very complicated and
yeah,
rich flavor profiles. I'm sure
yeah.
I've only brewed a couple different times. I feel like I should try and get back into it, but
yeah, I thought about it. I thought about doing it again, and we're here in the garage, and I thought it might be nice. We've got some room to actually do this, and then I thought, man, do I want a bunch of crap? More crap in the garage?
Crap, yeah.
So luckily, there are places that you can go here, and I'm sure in other cities, where you can go and brew, and they have everything there. You're able to take it, you brew the beer. They will keep it for you until it's ready. And you can go through the whole process and do the whole thing, which I think is pretty cool, especially if you don't want to get an entire setup. Yeah, I feel, as I get older, I used to be, when I was younger, I used to be really like a purist about everything, where even something like that, I'd be like, why would you go to another place to do that when you could do it at home with all your own stuff? Well, why? Now it's like,
have to get all this
it takes time. It's a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. If you love it, that's great. And I think when you find these things that you love.
Well, yeah, you can experiment with it at, those brew clubs or whatever. And
yeah. So I just feel like being able to go and do that. And they also have professionals there who can help you. So I've messed up some batches before and I'll still drink them. They're horrifying. Yeah. But if you've got somebody there that can help you.
I made it.
Right. Totally. Yeah.
I made it. I'm drinking it.
That's another one of those purist things where now I'm like, I don't know. I might be past that. So, it's, I like the idea that you can go somewhere, brew,
and go home and that you can clean up and not have this weird science experiment going on in your garage.
Right. So you brought up models.
Yes.
Mike McCauley is one of the models. I believe his full name is Robert Michael McCauley.
Oh, he's got the 3 name.
Yes, and he is he's a great looking dude, and he's he's all over. He's an actor and a model. Really cool guy. It's neat seeing him in this and his message on on Instagram about the whole thing was really cool. That he's proud to be part of something that's pushing forward and trying to make a difference in inclusivity. And to be clear, the 24 people that are part of this campaign, they aren't all just plus size. There are only a few of them, but they run the spectrum. I mean, they are the campaign. The entire idea is that it's trying to be very inclusive. And
yeah, like that skier Gus something, I can't remember his name. All of a sudden, there were some other people in there.
Megan Rapinoe, is that right?
That might have been.
Yeah.
I should have.
I know. I should. I wrote the article, so.
Gus Kenworthy.
Let's see. Yes. So, yeah, there are a bunch of different people, and they're not, and they do a little bit of everything. I mean, they're like poets and authors, and all these people who come from these different areas that absolutely should get a spotlight in something like this. So, looking at like what Mike wrote about the whole thing, I get it. I think that if you're looking at just the bottom line, any of these companies that are trying to do something more inclusive, it is a step in the right direction. I just feel like the more that we do this and the more that we see this, we want more than just a step. So, he was excited to partner with Abercrombie for the launch of their Fierce family of fragrances. He says, "When I started modeling a little over a year ago, I never would have believed you if you said I'd become an Abercrombie and Fitch model. This partnership represents why I do what I do. Brands are finally waking up to what their customers actually want, and I'm honored to be at the front of this movement, working with Abercrombie as we lead the industry for change. People want to see real people in the clothes they're buying, and I think most people can relate to guys like me. This isn't a fashion statement. Beefy dudes are here to stay. I'm proud to be part of this amazing family." There we go.
Yeah.
So yes,
that is good. Yeah,
and I agree with that. And I think that everything he's saying there is spot on. I think that my hope with all of these things, and I try to go into all of this as optimistically as possible. That's also why it's good to take that step back and be like, okay, I wrote this fiery thing, or I'm angry about this. Yeah. Stop, breathe, think about it, because we hope that these things are steps in the right direction that get us where we want to go. That's my hope.
I would love, they are getting a lot of attention for it, and we're talking about it. That's going to do something for them.
Sure.
So, but I want to know, I don't know. I just feel like
you want to see more. Hopefully it's not a one-off thing where it's just this year and then it's done. Right.
Yeah. I want them, if it is going to be a body inclusivity, anti-body shaming thing, then it needs to be more reoccurring. Are they I feel like I want to go to the mall and see if they have those pictures of people in the stores, and because that would be something.
I would like to see more sizes, and I am certain we are both outside of their target audience.
Yeah, we're not the cool. I'm not the cool kid, and I'm fine with that.
Right. We're also a little older than who they're trying to hit on a. Yes, I know. So I get that as well, but I would still like to see for other people who are out there, because we were both at that age where you would go in there and look around. You couldn't find anything you could wear.
I went in there a lot, and it's like,
totally.
Okay, there's literally nothing.
Go in, breathe deep, and look around, find nothing, and leave.
Try to see anything in the store. I remember it being very dark, and
it's certainly one of those weird. Yeah, and it was certainly one of those stores where you just don't, you know that you don't fit, physically.
Yeah.
You just don't. So it would be great to see this inclusive step be the first of many, and see more sizing and just be more welcoming to people.
I have high hopes for them that this is just a toe in this pond of plus size stuff, and I definitely hope that they're going to do more extended sizes in their clothing line. That would be huge business for them.
Yeah. Absolutely. And if you think about it, their main competitor, one of their main competitors, American Eagle, they do sizes to 3X and 48 waist.
Yeah.
So, they're already out there doing it. Are they doing a great job of promoting that? I would say no.
No.
But it's there. It is, they do some promotion of that, so yeah, I mean, it's something that's out there, and hopefully we see something come out of this.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely change their image from their former CEO. I think it would do a lot for their,
I think most brands see now that you can't keep that up. That you can't be the same way that you were before, where you're excluding people.
It said they've been around for 100 and some odd years, which I was super shocked about. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but they've obviously got to do some sort of turnaround.
But you can't exclude people and make that work long term, especially in this day and age where culture is really changing.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to have very many people left to sell to if you keep excluding.
Right. So we'll see. It would be interesting to see where it goes, and I'm curious what other people think about this. Is this I mean, obviously, after I wrote the article and put it out, there was a lot of discussion about what people thought of the whole thing.
Yeah,
and there were people that were suspect. There were people who thought it was a good move, and there were people who just loved that shirtless picture of Mike McCauley. Which, hey,
yes,
there we go.
It was very good.
Yes. So, I get it. But I'm curious if you're listening to this, kind of what you think about this. Take a look at the campaign, look at the article on Chubster, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, what do you feel about them having a plus size campaign around fragrance? What do you like about that? What don't you like about that?
Does it rub you raw? Is it?
Would you shop it? Would you shop there if they had your size? That's what I want to know. That
that was the thing that until we were talking about this, I didn't really consider that. Like the first thing I did after I saw that was looked at the clothes to see what size they had, and saw it went to XX, and I didn't even think about the style or anything like that. And again, I'm 40, so chances of me wearing Abercrombie, even if they made it in my size, I don't know. But I didn't pay attention to the style, so who knows.
All right.
What's your thing this week, Jody?
What is my thing this week? Well, I've been doing a ton of training. I'm doing a lot of hiring for my store at DXL, so I'm excited about new faces and kind of doing some hiring and training stuff. So
nice.
Yeah, it's fun to have new blood in the store and just always recruiting and always out there trying to make some connections with people around the retail world.
Perfect.
In Portland, trying to get some more bodies in there.
Yeah, nice.
It's like the world of retail, it's always changing. So as we were just talking about.
Right, right. It's nonstop.
Every day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where my focus has been. And it's been kind of fun, interviewing people. It's always fun to hear people's stories about their careers and their passions and stuff like that. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. That would be interesting. I could see interviewing people either being really,
there are those. There's what? Why are you? What?
Why are you here?
Why are you applying here? What is going on?
What is this?
If anyone knows a really good menswear tailor in Portland, please send them my way.
Perfect.
I'm struggling to find good tailors.
Yeah. It's hard to find a good tailor. It's hard to, even just as a consumer trying to find somebody who can do it right.
Yeah. It's kind of a dying art, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. With clothing becoming so much more disposable and less expensive. Yeah. I guess people are more apt to just throw something out
instead of getting the sides taken in or and it's such an easy, pretty affordable way to keep your clothes.
And it makes such a big difference in the fit.
Yeah. It's amazing. I have my shirts done quite a bit and have,
Yeah, definitely.
Not everyone's, off the rack perfect fit. So.
Right. And I found that some of when I modeled for Bonobos last year, some of the things that they tailored for me, they actually let me keep. And that stuff fits like a glove. Like those shirts fit better than anything, any other shirt. And I'm just like, man. So I love that. But now I want to find someone here in Portland that can do that for all the rest of my clothes.
Yeah. Well, there's a nice tailor at the Beaverton DXL. I just don't currently have one.
So. There we go.
Yeah.
So my thing of the week.
Yes.
It's been a crazy few weeks, months, whatever. I was decided that I wanted to do something that had nothing to do with my computer and nothing to do with being in front of a screen.
Nice. Yeah.
So I started playing my guitar again.
Oh, wow.
And I haven't played for a while.
You should have brought it out here and played us a tune.
It's right over there.
Uh-oh.
Right over in the corner.
Oh, I see. Oh, there's a couple of them over there.
Yeah. So I've got my bass and I've got my acoustic over there, and I broke out the acoustic a few nights ago and started playing. And I've been learning about bands and music that I've obviously known about, but haven't really dove into, that I wanted to listen to more. So I started going back through David Bowie's back catalog. Nice. And Moon Age Daydream just like stuck with me, and I'm like, I got to learn how to play that. Okay. So I learned it, and I can only play by ear, and not well, but I've been playing by ear not well since I was like 13. So, long enough to make bad habits. And so I learned it, and I was playing it. I was like, all right, now I'm going to try and play it and sing and play at the same time, which I'm really bad at. David Bowie was rolling over in his grave as I was trying to do this, but I got it down. Not well, but man, it was fun. That's the main point, is that you were having fun trying it and learning it, and that's the thing that you forget about. You forget that it's fun to be able to just like do things like that, to just disconnect and do something else. And we forget about that, or we don't have time, or priorities get in the way. So it was fun to just do that. My kids had to listen to it. My wife had to listen to it. I don't know that it was as much fun for them as it was for me.
The same chords over and over. Yeah. It's just like a kid learning.
Totally. And I'm gonna keep playing it until I really get it down. Like the singing and playing thing, I really want to.
Unless your wife decides
the guitar's gone, honey. Where'd it go?
What happened?
Yeah, right. But it was a lot of fun, and I'm definitely going to keep playing. I don't have a bass amp right now, so I can't play my bass. So it just
you're going to have to play on the next episode. Play us that song.
I'll only be able to play a snippet of it.
Yeah, a snippet. For
like 5 seconds.
Copyright infringement or whatever. So you want to pay anyone royalties.
Right. Okay. Well,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing. Maybe you can play a little bit after this.
Maybe so.
Okay.
I'll play us in on the next episode. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, please share our episode with your friends or your frenemies.
Yes.
Maybe some people that are some former Abercrombie models. They want to hear all about this.
Tell them about it. And follow us on your favorite social network at Heavy Convo.
Yes. Find us everywhere.
Yeah. Find us all over.
Well, thanks, Bruce.
Jody, we did it again.
Yay. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.